Hi, it's Phoenix. Hi, it's Phoenix. So today, after I had my project done yesterday, I felt a weight lifted off of me, even though it was a good thing getting the project done and I enjoyed doing it. And today I got up fairly early and started getting going on my day. I'm in a challenge that I just started a few days late, but so be it. And a few things that I need to do. Hi! A few of the things I need to do is um, pray in the Spirit for 5 minutes and move my body for 5 minutes. So I combined those two things. I actually turned on some Christian music, the local radio station, turned it up loud, danced, and prayed. Hi, Rachel. I danced and prayed at the same time, and it got my body moving, and it felt really good. Felt really good, and I just felt connected. And then there's the thing I have to do where you take what is called your trigger, and not in an, I've heard that term used in a negative way, but the trigger is a picture of what you see intimacy with God is, what it looks like to you, what it would feel like. So I have a picture that I created of a little girl sitting on her daddy's lap, and it's on a throne, and it has a crown on the girl, a crown on the dad, and it's my representation of sitting on the throne. When I see God, see Jesus, I'll be up there and I'll be giving him a big hug, and he'll be giving me a big hug. Yeah, that's right, Rachel. Hard things. But it actually, the whole process didn't take too long. But, anyways, this picture, my trigger, I put up on my Facebook. So if you go on to the Phoenix Grace Facebook banner, you will see my picture. So then I can have it up every day. So that was really good. I got a lot of stuff done. Then I got a haircut today. So that was kind of nice. We got it at the house. And we were going to go to the lake today, but the weather wasn't really lake weather. So I said, well, how about we go out for lunch? So we went out for lunch. We went for Chinese food. Now, this is where it's interesting. Um, it's my son's favorite place. It's a buffet. And he doesn't usually like to eat, but when he goes to the buffet, wow, he eats like adult size portions. Like we're amazed. He eats more than me and my mom do. So we went there, and I was wanting, thank you. I was wanting to, thank you for the hair color comment, Rachel. I appreciate that. Um, so we went there, and he really enjoyed it, but I wanted to please my son, but I didn't listen to myself because I know when I go for Chinese food, I end up feeling really awful after. I don't know, like if it's MSG or what. And I've been eating pretty clean. Me and my mom have been eating where I'm on the second cleanse that I've done. The first one I lost 8 pounds and I felt really great, and I've been continuing to take the organic superfood into my body and feeling really good. But today I noticed that like I just got off of having like a couple hour nap because I was just feeling, ugh, you know? And I've been mentioning in my other videos, I like getting things done. So this is where it's interesting. So the proverbs that I did today, I started just the first day of of the challenge, and I was reading Proverbs 1. So the part so the part where it says because you scoffed at my wise counsel and laughed at my correction. This is in the Passion Translation. You will make you will eat the bitter fruit of your own ways. You've made your own bed, now lie in it. So I actually literally lied in my bed with an axe. Like an idiot, you turned away from me and chosen distraction instead. Your self-satisfied smugness will kill you. But the one who always listens to me will live undisturbed in a heavenly peace. Right? I was dirty today, my body rebelled, really. But the one who always listens to me will live undisturbed in a heavenly peace, free from fear, confident, and courageous. You will rest unafraid and sheltered from the storms of life. So, bitter fruit, really, bitter fruit. So, and I literally lay down in my bed. But then I was like, okay, what am I going to put my life on? So I got up and had some more of my superfood because I was really hungry and shaky. And I'm like, well, I better have something and get some nutrients in my body and start again, get the other things done that I wanted to get done today. I checked in on my son, made sure he's doing okay, everything like that. Anyways, so the next thing I did was I read a post, and Rachel, you will know this one, a post that was asking the community if we are, how did it go? Oh, I put it in my, are you fermenting, or fermenting, or producing? And then it said your own food. But I read it as, are you growing, fermenting, or producing fruit? So I got a little catch in my spirit. I think God's trying to tell me something there. Anyways, I'm going to riff off of it. I'm going to go on with it. So I find I like to be growing. Apparently, my body likes to grow too because I'm twice the person I was 20 years ago. My sense of humor. But anyways, I do like to grow. And so when I am wiped out, like on my bed for a nap for 2 hours, um, I get some feelings going on. I get a little bit of self-loathing, maybe a bit in there. The language of the Proverbs seemed kind of harsh to me, but yet it didn't. Part of me is like, yeah, yeah, I'm my bitter fruit, my bitter fruit. But yeah, what? So I like to grow and change as a person. And I was like, okay, so growing. Okay, I get that part. Fermentation, I looked it up because that's another thing with my business. I've been doing a blog series on gut health. So fermentation, I was thinking fermented food, yogurt, kimchi, kombucha, right? But apparently there's another meaning for fermenting. It's like seething with excitement or anger, right? I was thinking, okay, so am I fermenting in any way? But it's also the microbes working. So things working kind of behind the scenes. Agitate. I think of it kind of like agitation, like an agitating, right? I'm not sure if that's the right, but that I'm going with that. Anyways, so fermentation, and the other one is producing. So in my life, it seems like there's a lot going on behind the scenes, like I'm kind of under the radar as much as I can be. I mean, most people recognize me. I have burns, I have, whatever. But it's like I am down here and then all of a sudden I go boom, up here. But sometimes the falls can be just like that as well. So with all these daily habits that I'm doing things, I'm like, okay, so how do I do the process so that it's more steady? Or will there always be this don't see anything, don't see anything, don't see anything, all of a sudden this big tree, right? And I'm wondering if it's that way in the kingdom as well. I mean, there's a lot, we're talking about this reset. I mean, not the one that the politicians are talking about, but this exchange where the people of the kingdom will be brought up, right? I've experienced that in some of my life, like this last little while. I went from not doing much in my business to going up 2 levels to director. So it seems kind of like that is for me. Like I just do the things, it's slow, and then it shows the fruit. So maybe that's just the way it is for me. Maybe that is my design. Maybe that is what I meant to do. Yesterday I talked about seasons and how things look different in different seasons. And I guess it does talk about that in the Bible, right? There's a time for everything. There's a time for sowing, a time for reaping. And yeah, those are just some of my thoughts. I'm not sure. Maybe there is someone out there that needs to hear this. I got a feedback the other day, yesterday, from my live. I've been actually posting them on my Facebook too. And someone said, "Oh, I was just thinking about that." And so, you know what? Maybe this isn't my message. Maybe this is for someone out there too. Yeah, good habits help us stay. And you know what? That's what I have been doing. Like, there are certain things that I have been doing constantly, consistently, and other things that I haven't necessarily been doing. But yeah, I do see the progress. Some of the roots are starting to grow into the plant, to grow into the fruits. And I have to remind myself that God's time is not my time. I'm a person that wants to see everything right now. But yeah, so I guess those things I said, the growing, the fermentation, the producing, they're all action, but you might not always see them. You might not always see them. And yeah, it's the day to day, right? Because the growing, it has to be watered every day, every day. So it might look like an overnight success, but there is, thank you, Rachel. There are those steps in between. So you know what? This is really good. I actually enjoy doing these lives because I actually come up with a lot of things in my head. God downloads things and I get some learnings for myself. So this is really good and I'm glad that you liked it, Rachel. Um, I'll have to check out if you have some videos. I would really like to see them too. But anyone who sees this and thinks we might connect, feel free to give me a friend request. I would love to talk to you. So have an amazing day and keep blooming in Him. Bye.